Happy Friday, everyone. This is Gary. Welcome to Velocity Online Racing's coverage of round 2 of season 3 of the VOR Iconic Series today as we come to you from Texas Motor Speedway for the Texas 200. Joining me in the booth, as always, it's Kyle Clinworth, a participant in the IndyCar Oval Series. Last time we talked to you on the air, you weren't very happy about the race at Las Vegas this week, but time heals wounds. Are we happier now?
I haven't raced it since Tuesday, unfortunately. It kind of makes me upset. They changed the weather back to be hotter. Not quite as hot as it was on Monday and Tuesday morning, but, you know, anything's better than it was on Tuesday night. So I think what I'm most upset about is the lack of communication, because I had spent so much time preparing for that race.
Yeah.
I felt like I was robbed of my time, right?
Yeah, sure. I understand. We have action on the track, though.
Race here today.
Yeah, get on into it.
66
66 as we got the temperature on the screen. Track temperature 88. Don't worry about the humidity. If this was really Texas, that number would be a lot higher.
82%? 82% is pretty high.
Yeah, our overlay says 1%. So.
Oh, yeah, that's incorrect.
I think that's incorrect.
Yes.
All right.
Nothing like a soupy old day in Denton County.
As qualification is underway, we're actually getting ready to end here. We're not going to show any points or anything. This is round 2. Of course, Santos won last week. He's your points leader. That's all we kind of need to know at this point. And then we are getting ready to line up. You might have to get into the native overlay tab to find out, just to double check what the tire limits are. I believe it's still 5 sets, 1 on the car, 4 in the pits. I believe we're still at 80% fuel, which is approximately 15.7 gallons. Of course, everything else you need to know. Track is 1.5 miles in length. Race is 134 laps for 201 race miles. Pit road speed limit, I believe, is 50 here. So getting ready to go. 55.
Oh, no, sorry, it's 45. The race car goes 55.
45. It's double nickel here, or the underneath the double nickel. But there we have that. So that is the rule set. Let's get these graphics off the screen. Boom, and let's get you into today's starting lineup here. Julian on the pole, the 217.7 mile per hour lap. Your points leader, Santos, right next to him, 217.1. So Julian, big jump in speed there. Doshinko lining up on the inside of row 2. O'Sullivan on the outside of row 2. Donskoy on the inside of row 3 with Inch on his outside. Craig Forsyth, watch him to get involved here among the leaders very early on to be a factor in this race. Only qualified with a 2:15, but can see the lead. That's all he needs to do. He's on the inside of row 4, and with him is the silent assassin, Dave Stedman. He is on the outside of row 4. Moving back to row 5, we have a new racer, I believe, with us. Ethan Reed is lining up on the inside of row 5 with a speed of 214.8. Alexander Bonney, our benefactor here in the league, lining up on the outside of row 5. Say Hey Lewis Hayes opted not to take a speed and just line up from the inside of row 6. And the same thing for last season's Gateway winner, Bill Colley, lining up on the outside of row 6. No speed. And with a field this small, that you might as well just go ahead and do that.
Well, especially here at Texas, turns 1 and 2 are so flat and treacherous. It's almost inevitable that one of the 2 drivers in front of you are going to collide, looking for room on the bottom or on the exit as you sweep out towards that turn 2 wall, which seems to want out want to come out and grab you. Ready for some Friday afternoon racing, Gary?
Friday matinee racing. Let's go. Let's do it. Green flag is out. We've got contact already a little further in the back, right behind the 2 leaders.
Green.
And a big jump by Julian, and he is leading going into 1.
Well, Sullivan here looking to make quick work to follow his teammate up to second.
I think Donskoy got in the back of the Shinko right before the green flag.
Just a kiss. I think they're both fine. I don't believe either of them have nose or tail damage.
And it's really
Now we're bricked up 2 by 2 for the
I
lead.
was about to say, kind of turned it into a 4-car breakaway here. As Donskoy is leading, well, kind of in a group by himself, and then there's Forsyth leading a whole bunch of group, leading a whole bunch in his group from about 6th on back. Doshinko to the inside of Julian with the lead partially down the back straight. Not quite clear yet. Into the full 24-degree banking of turns 3 and 4, and he pulls it off this way. Doshinko now your leader. Early stages, early going here at Texas. Sullivan just sent it there in the 1.
I wonder how long Julian will be content running second here. Doesn't look like long.
He doesn't like to run second.
Not only that, I don't think this will be a fuel-safe race unless we hit a caution at a very opportune time. It looks like it is going to be impossible to cut a stop off, so I think we're going to stop for fuel here. Let me double-check my math. I believe it is 4 times.
Well, that would match what they have available for tires in the pits. So if it's 134...
Ooh, no, it is 3 additional times plus the fuel they started with. So it'll be a 3-stop race, and I think it'll be...
So they're going to be stopping, what, about every 30 laps or so?
34 laps.
34 laps, okay.
34 laps is the number.
Yep.
And that should be pretty easy. That's 3.38 mpg, which is very easy to hit. Even in the lead.
Well, he's starting to pull away a little bit. And your points leader, last week's winner, Santos, in up to 4th here.
You ever get a song stuck in your head, Gary?
All the time.
I've got Funky Town stuck in my head. Oh yeah, Julian's really legging it out on them. Liam might be able to pull it back here a little bit now that he's got uncontested track. He's not side by side for the first time.
Well, and he might be helping out Julian a little bit. There he goes to the inside. Oh, clipping the grass.
And these guys just won't give up second place. They want it real bad.
Yeah, they need to work together here because Julian is now out to 7/10 of a lead. 7/10 of a second lead. That might as well be a 2-mile lead at this point. You're almost out of the draft window.
Yeah, and you're at the point where you'll still push in the corner.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you're not going to make up nearly as much on the straightaway because you're not close enough to get to that big vacuum that the car puts behind it. Big wall of air that they punch a hole in.
And Julian's now off to an 8/10 of a second lead. And it's going down a little bit. Now he's down 7, so it looks like these guys may be getting in order.
Yeah, not running side by side helps tremendously. Allows you to...
Julian pulls away down the backstretch, so apparently the way he's getting off 1 and 2 is much faster than these guys.
Let me go on board with him, see if he's doing anything fancy.
And here's Liam O'Sullivan to the inside. That's not helping him out much. Of course, that is his teammate. I mean, the teammate could have team orders. Hey, slow down that group behind me. Not halfway through this run. Probably about another 20 laps or so before we see the first pit stops.
Then it becomes who can make it in and out cleanly. No speeding. Oh, Alexander Bonney is making an unscheduled stop here. Let's see what's happened to him.
I show him on the track.
Maybe he just hit the pitting in key accidentally.
Now he's coming in.
No.
Oh, that's got to be speeding.
Yeah, he had him locked up for almost 100 feet.
And then he's going to get the penalty here to wait on that, unfortunately. But apparently he must have had a plan. And we got to pit road fast just to get a chance to slow down fast. Meanwhile, back up at the front, there is Julian. And a caution. Donskoy sliding through the grass on the front straight. And Stedman.
He had a little help. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me know when you've queued it up for the stream, Gary. I think they're both done for.
Apron bad, I think.
Apron bad is exactly right. And not only did he touch the apron, which was mistake number 1, Donskoy made the fatal error of trying to catch the car by steering to the right. Every time you do that, the car catches grip immediately because you're going so slow in the tail slide that you're in when you're loose after you touch the apron. When you turn right, the tire's like, oh, all this extra surface area is on the track. It bites immediately, and he takes out Stedman. He's just an innocent bystander. He had nowhere to go, no time to react.
Well, if you go back a little bit further in that lap again, and we'll go back as they're racing down the backstretch now, Donskoy is racing Stedman extraordinarily hard at this point early in the race. I don't think he needs to necessarily race that hard, but here we watch him coming out of 3 and 4 on the lap prior. So next time they come through here is when they wreck. So here they come across the double dogleg in the quad oval area. And you're going to see Donskoy as he turns into one here. Let's maybe get a better angle. He is going to catch the apron one more time. There he goes. He gets loose, goes down, catches the apron there. So he loses momentum, but he caught it. He loses momentum. So here comes Stedman. Stedman's on him. Stedman's going to make a try for the lead. Donskoy recovers. Stedman's going to try to pass on the lead on the inside, giving plenty of room to Donskoy. It's not like he's crowding Donskoy. Donskoy just turns it down into the corner, catches the apron again, and then returns and then plows right into Poor Dave. And Dave, yes, a innocent bystander on that one.
Bonnie is out of his car now. So whatever brought him to pit road must be more terminal than we thought.
And just like that, we decide we are now down still a long way to go, more than 100 laps, and we're down to 9 cars. And Dan Inch stayed out, but looks like he is coming into pit road to get his service done on his car.
Put it in the history books. He led some laps.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't take it from him.
Nope. All that virtual money that the lap leaders get.
I'm going to cut him a virtual check right now. One of those giant ones.
Right, one of those giant virtual checks that Happy Gilmore likes.
I hope he uses it to finance a trip to Funky Town.
Altena, O'Sullivan, Doshenko, Santos, Forsyth, your top 5. Reed, Hayes, Colley, and Inch round out the remainder of what's running on the top 9 here. Normally, when we get to numbers like that, that is kind of the sign that we're going to go green for the rest of the way. We'll see, as we're still under caution at lap 21 of 134. Everyone has stopped at lap 20.
Now, Gary, we might have a fuel race on our hands.
Uh-oh.
Let me do some calculating. I'll do some tabulating.
Computations are being done in the mobile studios there.
If they can make it 38 laps a stint,
Oof.
they can shave a stop.
All right, that's gonna be tough.
That's going to be a big ask.
Yeah.
That's 57 miles. That's almost 4 miles a gallon.
Oof.
I think if you see Julian pull out of the lead and follow, I think he'll know what the MPG number he can hit with this set in traffic. And everyone should follow that Pied Piper, more or less.
Of course, the
making the setups and owning the league comes with its own perks, right?
Of course, the world closed course intermediate track world record has been set here at Texas. Not under this configuration, a slightly older configuration set back in 2001 by Kenny Breck when CART had their ill-fated qualification session here for the Firestone Firehawk 600. He turned an official time lap 233.447 miles per hour. And those were with those big turbocharged IndyCar, little dart kart cars of the day back here in 2001. And that number will probably never, ever come down here. The IRL track record set by Billy Boat in 98 with a speed of almost pedestrian-like speed compared to what Kenny Breck turned 225.9. Is the IRL track record here. Of course, the cars have slowed down since the IR18s have been here. And, of course, then also the track has changed configuration slightly. And now they don't race here anymore. And I doubt they'll ever come back. But that's why we love iRacing, is that we could put the DW12s back on track here, going green for lap 23.
Julian wasted no time getting back to the gas, so I think he's not going to bother.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to bother. But somebody, and if there's somebody in this group that might bother, I'm going to say it's Forsyth.
Honestly, I think Santos might be in the best spot. If he catch this lead trio, he'll have a huge hole that he can just kind of ride in. Get some really, really good fuel mileage. But Forsyth is right behind Santos, so they could be in the same playbook here.
Well, Santos is falling back to Craig. Oh, and now Craig's attacking.
Yeah, I think Edson is firmly in the safe camp. And that's why he fell off the lead trio.
Now Racing Craig. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Racing Craig's not helping.
Hard to say. Fun to watch.
Yeah.
So you see what happened there. Liam committed to the bottom early, and Julian took a really wide arc. It looks promising, or it looks enticing if you're the second place car, to go where the lead car isn't on corner entry, and you commit, and then when they cross over your nose, even as a teammate, you just see all the speed and time that Liam loses on corner landing. Same thing here. As soon as he follows in the tire tracks of Altena in the corner, you just burn up your tires, you add tire temp, and you lose speed. You've got to find that clean air, and I know it's slow to run the outside in turn 1 and 2 in Texas, but I've always found success putting my right side of my wing outside of the wake of the leader or the car in front of me, just to get that extra turn, just to save on my tires. Watch this turn here. Once Julian comes back down in front of Liam, just can't hold the bottom anymore. He starts sliding up the track.
Maybe the idea of the day is to try a different line. Oh, Liam got a little squirrely there in turns 3 and 4, but catches it. Maybe the lesson of the day is maybe take a different line through turns 1 and 2.
I think the idea, Julian took a long time to get to the bottom there, but as soon as he did, look at Liam. He's almost out by the wall now.
Yeah.
This is so difficult. It's like, if you will go higher than Julian, you're up in the marbles because he's arcing really wide on entry, but going to the preferred line on landing right at the apex. So it's almost like you've got to follow him in high and then stay high. So you still have that dirty wash on entry, but then you can set yourself up for a better exit. I would do everything in my power to figure out a different way than running directly behind the car in first.
Riding along with Liam O'Sullivan right now in the 12 Royal Blue Altena Auto Sport car. Julian in the Cobalt Blue Altena Auto Sport car, just in front of him.
Edson Santos has reeled in the pair racing for second. Probably solidly in their wake now. If there's a car that can make it on fuel, it'd be him or DeCecco, one or the other. Liam just loses so much speed in the corner, like on landing at the apex of 1 and 2 every lap.
And Doshenko gets the inside on Liam O'Sullivan, gets the pass done, move him up to second. Santos taking a look at the outside now, and he might get it done, as up high seems to be working better for Doshenko.
It's all that clean air. He was able to keep the throttle down and maintain his momentum.
So Sullivan, in a period of a lap, goes back to fourth. Forsyth is holding stead in fifth. Lewis Hayes,
Watch
say
Santos.
hey.
He's gonna
Go ahead.
He's gonna make the same move here. Didn't work. He didn't have quite the run. Go ahead.
Say hey, Lewis Hayes, up in sixth spot, right there in the Norton Spirit. Dan Inch in seventh. Ethan Reed in eighth.
You got the two yellow cars back to back.
And Bill Colley is ninth.
Now, Liam can't even hold the draft any longer, so he's either in hard save mode or he's burned his tires up trying to run right behind Julian. And I think it's the latter.
Yeah.
Also, if you hear any construction noises coming from my microphone, just let me know. I'll mute. Go add some extra sound deadening. I'm having some construction done on my new home.
So we figure about lap 54 is when we expect stops to happen next if there's no cautions.
I wish I could go on board and tell you everyone's fuel number. That would be incredible. But unfortunately, iRacing hides that information from me.
And back
Theodore getting familiar with the apron there.
And Santos getting the pass on Doshinko moves Santos up to second. Doshinko third. Liam O'Sullivan is now joined by Craig Forsyth. So he has pulled Forsyth back up into this battle.
Top five are all pretty nestled really close together. We've got a big gap back to sixth. Julian's doing his darndest to gap the...
Yeah, 6/10 right now.
The top five.
Yeah.
Every lap you run side by side, I think that was all materialized from when Santos made the pass on to Checo. Santos is going to get a little bit of it back here. He got through 1 and 2 very cleanly. And that's the secret, right? Is if you can get off of turn 2 quickly, it allows you to go full throttle all the way down the backstretch and through 3 and 4 and use the draft through 75% of the track.
Well, right now, the future of IndyCar in real life is looking pretty bleak here. They're still talking about reconfiguring the track one more time. And one of the possible configurations is actually moving it down to along the lines of what they're going to reconfigure Fontana to. And I'm like, great, just what they need is another short track. But, I mean, there is a whole intermediate and super speedway craze of the early 2000s, and I guess the return to everyone wants stock car racing to return to its roots on short tracks. Of course, short tracks not necessarily where these cars grew up. Maybe some of the drivers grew up on short tracks, but IndyCars traditionally. Wow, Doshinko just putting a huge block on Forsyth again. Not necessary this early in the race, man.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think blocking, as long as you don't hit anyone, is totally fine.
Well, it's a legal block because he cut across at the same time that Forsyth. So he planned the fade, so to speak, at the same time Forsyth was. But, I mean, we're only 46 laps into this thing. I mean, just latch onto the back of him, pull yourself back into it. All you're doing when you block someone is you're just angering one of your competitors.
And generally, you're slowing each other down.
Yeah.
Right? So Forsyth really has been navigating 1 and 2 really well. It's what let him catch this pack back up, and it's what made Checo throw that block. Right? Is that he had that run off of turn 2. I'm interested to see how long he'll wait before he materializes another run here.
Now,
maybe he learned his lesson and doesn't want to get burned, right?
Right. And well, Craig's a pretty even keel guy. I don't see him getting very upset very easily. But if you continue to block him and cut him off, the inner demon of Craig will come out at some point.
Julian's coming up on Bill Cawley here. We'll see if that gives him any fits in his dirty air, or if Bill just yields the blue flag.
He just goes to the inside.
Bill's going low and slow here. This may give Edson Santos fits, though, because Cawley's now on the bottom, which is the preferred line for him. And it looks like he's going to commit to the bottom for 1 and 2. This could create some traffic problems. Yeah, Julian's going to set sail now. That stacked second, third, fourth, and fifth up.
Dan Inch getting around Lewis Hayes at turn 2, moving Inch up to 6th.
And if these guys keep racing like they are for second, Dan Inch is going to be in the picture real quick for fifth. I'm not kidding. Like, even though he's 7 seconds back, he was 0.2 faster last lap.
And just want to remind everybody of this schedule. There is a schedule on your screen. This is round 2. Round 3 we next week, or actually a week from next week. So I think we got a little time off. I double check that, but yeah. So this week it's Texas, and then we go to the. Let me get the schedule off here. Then the Champ Car Series will launch next week at Kansas. So Texas here for DW12. Champ Car next week. That will be myself and Ryan Walker if the series hopefully has enough competitors. And it can launch. If you're interested in checking that out, they are still looking for more competitors for the IR05 series. Check them out. Sign up is on the VOR Discord. VOR Discord invite is in the description. There is a small fee to join the IR05 series, a very, very small one. But other than that, the car is a legacy car, so I believe it only going to cost you about $5 to buy if you don't have it already. It's not a bad car to drive. I know it gets a lot of bad press. People call it the crap wagons. As Paul Tracy was not a big fan of the car, but at some points, really nobody cares what Paul Tracy thinks unless he's talking about sexy shoes or something, and then everybody perks up. I don't know if you knew that story or not, but anyways.
I don't.
So this is within the last 3 or 4 years where he was working at NBC. And Danica, I think it was Carb Day, and Danica is down on the pit road with Chirico, and she has some outfit on that had like these yellow pumps. And Tracy's like, "So are you gonna said something about sexy shoes? He likes women with sexy shoes or something." Everyone's like, fetish on the air, So
Forsyth pulls down.
Yeah, I was watching that, and he's on pit road.
So that was a 36 lap stint for him. That's not quite far enough. However, it looks like everyone else has plenty in the tank.
For the time being, I would expect Julian any time now. But yeah, if you want to join the IR05 series, sign up is on the VOR Discord. Races will be at this time on Fridays. It alternates kind of weeks between DW12 Fridays and Champ Car Fridays. And then after that, we move to our very first road course race at Road America in the history of the series.
Gary's favorite North American road course.
Yeah, I'm not great there, but I can hold my own there if I have to. And Dan Inch, Lewis Hayes, all going a little longer this time. Ethan Reed, I believe, also going longer this time.
Santos is in. Altena is heavy saving. He is out of the gas.
I know. You could hear it. He might be really low on fuel.
The last run had 2 caution laps to help supplement this fuel economy. So going as long as you can on this stint will help you as the race goes on. I would be surprised if Altena has enough in the tank to make another circuit after this. But we will see. Yeah. There's the call. He's coming in this time.
And just about the time he reaches Dan Inch, which is probably a good time. Here he comes. We'll watch him come to pit road. And getting down to the speed limit there at the cones. And now, following the league rules for pitting, stays in that high-speed lane until about 3 or 4 stalls from his intended pit stall here. There it is. Pulls in. Hits the marks. And there he goes. Up on the jacks, new tires, and fuel. And that was a nice long run. That was
42 laps.
Yeah, 42 laps.
And the last of the lead lap cars have all completed this cycle. So Julian should have the lead back once he gets up to speed. And it looks like he does, and he's increased his lead over Edson Santos.
And now Craig Forsyth has moved up.
Yeah, it looks like they've put a little distance on Liam O'Sullivan. And I think that they shook Fyodor Dovzhenko during that sequence of stops. He's about a turn behind. So the race on the track right now is for second. Between Forsyth and Santos. And Forsyth undercut the rest of the field here by a fair margin.
Yeah, he did.
About 3 laps. 3 to 5 laps, really. I think he's going to be hard-pressed to make it to the end with the remaining stops, because he'll have to go just as far as Julian did on every stint after this without any yellow flag laps helping him. So I think he's going to be in a world of hurt unless he catches a yellow here. Problem is that all that time loss doesn't materialize until you make that final stop. So
Right.
any yellow from here on out is going to save his hiney, but he's still in a position where he could save aggressively and not have to worry about it. But
he's right behind Santos. I don't expect him to attack Santos much. I expect him to kind of sit there. But, if you enjoy Velocity Online Racing's coverage of the VOR Iconic Series and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future VOR iRacing broadcasts, which includes tomorrow. That will be here at Texas, the R18 Series. We'll pick back up after their opener last week. And that will be covered by David Kreutz. And I believe, are you going to be in on that one too? Clindy?
oh, yes, I should be. Julian asked me to be on one of the additional VOR broadcasts.
Yeah.
Saturday or next Saturday?
Yeah, it will be this Saturday. This will be right here for the IR18 Series here, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here at Texas once again tomorrow. I will be doing the IIS broadcast over on Race First. Be the last race that we do there. Yep, Laguna Seca. That will be our last race on Race First, and then IIS broadcast will move to ERN for the remainder of the 2024 schedule.
I've got a pit in my stomach, Gary, for Craig Forsyth. I feel like he's not going to be able to save the gas, and I don't think anyone on track is going to give him a yellow. Everyone's kind of all in their own bubble.
I think we've reached that point in this race where with only 9 competitors left, it's really tough to catch a yellow. So there is your leader, Julian Altena, after the pit stops. He's still your leader, Edson Santos. Your points leader after winning last week is now P2. Craig Forsyth is P3. Liam O'Sullivan, again, I think he was struggling a little bit in dirty air, but is back to 4th now. O'Sullivan is, it says 9/10 behind. Oh, yeah, he is. It's not that. He's not that far behind Forsyth. Yeah. And then he has a 2-second lead over Dovzhenko.
Dan Ench, Lewis Hayes, and Ethan Reed were the only ones who went the same length as Julian or longer. Everyone else, well, Santos pit on 60, Sullivan on 59, Checo on 58, and Forsyth on 57. So, I think Santos, anybody who pit on 60 or beyond, it should be fine. O'Sullivan's going to be close. I think Forsyth and Checo are going to really...
That'll be interesting. Those that did 60 was Julian, Santos, Inch, Hayes, Ethan Reed, and those are the only ones that did beyond 60. Everyone else did less than 60.
So, quick math real quick. If you did 42 laps like Julian did...
And he pitted at 62, so add another 42.
That's 4.25 MPG. That's really good. Like, usually you could only hit those numbers if you were drafting. Julian did that in the lead, so that's incredibly good job of fuel saving by him.
So his last stint, all he really needs to do is 30 laps. So it's a shorter fill.
Yeah, if he replicates.
Yeah.
And I don't think he will be able to because they had 2 caution laps to start that last run with. They pitted on 20, but then they ran 2 more under yellow. Masterclass, though, to be able to do that and lead. Very, very well done.
If you're watching and you like this type of action, granted, not a lot of action going on right now, but you think you'd like to add to the car count, we always welcome new competitors. This is a free series. Oh, Craig smacking the wall a little bit off of 2. He recovers as he's trying to race Liam O'Sullivan here, as Liam O'Sullivan actually got a run and get past him for position. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. If you're interested in running it, this is a free series in the Velocity Online Racing Leagues, family of leagues. The car is a legacy car. You get it free. Ooh, there's another contact off turn 2. The Shinko. And he was in clean air when he did that. But the DW12 is a free car by nature of just your iRacing subscription. So all you would need to do is purchase the tracks. Of course, the schedule is available on the VOR Discord. Only 14 races for this season. Pretty much a couple. It boils down to being a couple races a month. Maybe max 3 races a month. It's always on Fridays, 3 p.m. Eastern. Might not be the best time for everybody in the United States, but if you want to take an early day of it and do some racing. Oh! Liam O'Sullivan into the wall. So everyone's trying to knock down the turn 2 wall.
Sorry about that, Gary. I had to go tend to the construction matters.
That's all right. We were telling people how if they wanted to, how to participate. But the best thing to do is just go to the VOR Discord, sign up there, join the Discord, sign up for the league. You already got the car. Go ahead, pick your livery. Wherever you want it, make your own, whatever. Makes no difference. Make sure you have the tracks, and then show up the race.
I can give you some pointers if you learn how to kick some butt. I've watched enough of these to know how to be fast.
These services are available.
And they're free for now.
For now.
Yeah, until I have enough customers or testimonials to start charging. Do it because you love it.
This is a battle for third right here between Liam O'Sullivan and Craig Forsyth.
Forsyth was with Santos before I had to abscond my post. So, did anything happen to him, Gary? Or
Yeah,
just,
he actually he was ahead of Liam, and then Liam tracked him down, and he smacked the wall, cost him a little momentum, and he got around Craig. But everyone's taking turns trying to smack down that wall in turn 2. Liam has, Toshiko has.
Checking out Craig's ad blocker right now, see if it's still in one piece. Oh yeah, he's in good shape. Just kissed it.
The ad blocker, let's see if I can illustrate that, what the ad blocker is, if we get a good... Let me get a good following shot on one of these cars here. Let's do this. There we go. The ad blocker, we jokingly say, is this wing right here. This little fin right here. Because it kind of covers up a lot of the side pod, which is really the main advertising area for these cars. But because of that, you'll see now that there's logos in other spots. Up here in the airbox, you'll see more along the tub here, right here on the engine cowling. But yeah, it used to be Indy cars would have, at least on the 12s, would have a lot more. Prior to the 12s and after the 12s, they would have a lot more advertising on the side pod because that was your biggest, really uninterrupted portion of the car, surface-wise. But now this ad, we call this the ad blocker, this little fin right here. So now you know. We'll give you the little shooting star graphic across the screen here. The more you know.
The more you know. Santos is probably licking his chops. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Altena, and Altena's got 3 cars on the backstretch ahead of him. Now, Bill Cawley didn't give him any trouble the last time he caught up with him, so maybe he will do the same, but there are 2 cars still on the lead lap in front, which I believe are Ethan Reed and Lewis Hayes. So we'll see if they want to fight for their position or their lap against our leader, and if that will allow Edson to cut the gap.
I'll ride with Julian. He kind of rolls out of it a little bit to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Keep in mind, turns 1
saving gas every lap.
Yeah, turns 1 and 2 are profiled differently than 3 and 4. It's a wider and flatter. I think it's 20 degrees versus 24 degrees, and it's wider.
The first part of this equation is going to be solved very quickly. Bill Cawley is going to pit from his position, so his wash will not be affecting the leader. And
Cawley is already up to 32 laps on this current stint. He went 36 last time, and he comes in now. Oh, Julian!
Oh, Altena's in the wall! He messed up his right front tire. His toe is not... It is bent. He is not going to have this peak he had.
And Edson Santos is creeping down in it. We're watching he's going to be down to less than a second here, coming off of 4.
Julian's not competitive. He can't hold full throttle off of turn 4. Julian asked Bill to call his pit out, but Bill did. Bill called his pit out the previous lap in turn 1.
Yeah, and if he did, then he's abiding by rules. Very reminiscent of kind of the the 95 Indy 500, where Mauricio Gugelmin was leading the race very early, and he came to pit road, and right behind him was Michael Andretti. They were battling for position. And Andretti went wide on turn 4 while Gugelmin was slowing down to go to the pits and smack the wall. And he hit the wall at a point that he was immediately able to bring the car down the pit road. And then they looked it over. The crew looked it over and had to immediately retire. And that was Michael's last 500 for a while after that one. Of course, then the split happened the next year. Here comes Santos. Santos not going to run him down. Santos going to come to pit road. So Santos on pit road went 36 laps this stint versus 40 the last time.
And if Julian can be the fuel wizard, it may not matter that he bent his right front suspension. Shades of Scott Dixon.
Doshenko is in as well. Santos is down and away. 8-second stop. Doshenko still on pit road. 8.3-second stop for him.
Julian's got to make about 3 more laps here, and then it's the same length stint to the finish. Whereas Santos is going to have a whale of a time. Going almost 40 laps. Probably no help. Like draft help.
So back when I was in Lionheart and racing these cars, we had I think it was going to be a 100 lapper at Michigan. And the setup they gave us, these cars were really good for about the first 20 laps. And then after that, as you got later into the run, the car became quite the handful. And so I decided that I would do everyone was going to do a 2-stopper. I was going to do a 3-stopper and just stop every 25 laps there. And I made my first stop, and I came out, and I was so much faster than everybody. And the thing is, then I knew people around me were making pit stops. And I was aware of that. I was watching all of the either the chats or the audible people over the radio said I'm coming to pit road. Speaking of Julian coming to pit road, hopefully he gets down. Oof. Hopefully he got down to pit road speed. And I wonder if he maybe get a hold on pit road too with damage. He doesn't have a meatball, I don't think.
No, it might be something like 35 seconds of optional. I don't think he can afford to fix any of that under green.
Up on the jacks. So when I was doing my stops, I came for my second stop, and again, I was faster than everybody. And as they were coming to pit road, I was coming up on a group of cars, and I saw them say that they were coming to pit road. And here is the overcut. Santos gets him.
Now can Santos make it to the finish on fuel? He still has 32 laps to go, and he pit. I could do
5 laps ago, 6 laps ago. He pitted on 97.
That's 38 laps. It's probably doable, but he will have to save.
So as I'm coming to around turn 4, there were cars making their moves down pit road, and one of them made a very late move, and they when they were braking, they closed the gap too closely on the car in front of them, and so they jerked the wheel to miss them, and they went right in the side of me. So when you do these, you got to be cognizant of when people are going to pit road. You got to make sure you hear the alerts. You got to see the alerts. But sometimes even when you hear and see the alerts, and I was off the gas and giving room, and I got side checked, so they ran into me. Even sometimes though, when everything's done perfectly, what I'm getting to is that even when everything's done perfectly, sometimes there's nothing you could do about having an incident because of a car pitting in front of you. Now,
to circle back to the incident that started all of it, I don't think Collie did anything wrong.
I don't think he did. If you said he called out this stop, then that's I believe he did. I don't have that audio channel up here for obvious reasons. People get colorful on that audio channel. Now Santos not saving fuel behind Lewis Hayes, so he just passes him.
I think O'Sullivan's going to be catching up to Altena here very, very quickly.
And O'Sullivan has a lap car between himself and Julian. That's Reed. Reed gets out of the way. Ooh, Reed, little jerk of the wheel. Didn't think that he was going to be that close when he pulled back down. And, oh, there he is. Surprise. But Reed's going to stay right in the draft of O'Sullivan.
Forsyth must have had a slow stop because he's
8.2.
a couple seconds behind.
8.2, yeah. It was on pit road 32.4, 8.2 in the box.
And Liam is flirting with the apron.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, they all are. Ethan Reed showing some good pace, although he's right in the draft of one of our faster cars. Still keeping up, doing a pretty good job there. Probably learn a couple things there. Not sure how much experience he has with these cars. Welcome to the league, though.
And great taste in paint scheme because I have a sweet tooth. Love me some Swedish fish.
Give me a good look at that car there. Swedish fish.
Drive a Swedish car in real life. We have a Volvo. Oh, Santos on the apron. Holy smokes. They must be really tight if they are that desperate to get some wedge in the car.
Let's go back and maybe watch that.
He was at a 45-degree angle for half of the exit of turn 2. Car was kicked out. Great save.
He goes right to the bottom. He's already getting loose there already. And he got... Yeah, he definitely got and clipped it.
Hey, don't need to push here, buddy. You're 2 seconds up. Just bring it home.
113 of 134. Thanks for watching. This is VOR coverage of the VOR Iconic Series. Coming to you from Texas. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Catching Dan Ench like this for Santos is a blessing and a curse. Blessing for the fuel economy, curse for lap time, and he's just going to throw him aside and say, I don't need you to help me save fuel. I need to be fast on the track. Sullivan just can't seem to close that gap to Altena.
Colley looks like he has dropped out, so we only have 8 cars running. Lewis Hayes, he participates in our ISRA series that we broadcast on Monday nights. That's moving to FTN next Monday. Of course, that's David Kreit's channel. And he's taken a liking to these open wheelers, have done reasonably well. He said he finished 4th in his very first fixed Indy 500. And
wow,
had some
impressive.
good top 10s here in the Dark Horse series and in this series. The W12, so he's picking it up rather quickly.
Lewis Hayes is doing a great job of staying right with Edson. Learning a thing or two here.
And of course, that is a throwback to the Norton Spirit, back what Uncle Bobby drove in 1981 and 82 in the kart series when he won at Indianapolis in there, and the actually not 82, excuse me, 80 and 81. 80 was an all blue car. 82, that is specifically, that car right there is more modeled after the 81 car that he won, that ill-fated, not ill-fated, but well, it was ill-fated if you're Mario Andretti, because After the 500 back in those days, USAC did not post the final standings or the final results until the morning after the 500. And, well, we see Bobby get the checkered flag. He goes to victory lane. He gets the wreath, the kiss, the milk, the interview, all that stuff. And then the next morning, everyone wakes up and they see that he got a penalty because he rejoined the field incorrectly after a later caution, and they gave the win to Mario Andretti. And so for many, many months, up until October of that year, Mario Andretti was a 2-time Indy 500 winner. And then the curse comes back, because then Penske took USAC to court and challenged the results. Said that Mario also did the same thing. The video of the race actually showed Mario doing the same thing, so video evidence was there. And ended up, USAC decided to revert back to the standings that they originally finished the race under on race day. And then Uncle Bobby got his third win, and that's where he retired. Go ahead.
Who was third in that race, and how come they didn't win?
I want to say who was third in that race. I want to say it's Tom Sneva.
Because if I was Tom Steva's lawyers, I'd be on the phone right now.
Oh, no, it wasn't Tom Sneva. It was Vern Schupan.
Vern, get your lawyers on the phone. The statute limitations probably like 50 years for something like that.
Well, he was already a lap down, so that might have hurt things also. Only Bobby and Uncle Bobby and Mario finished on the lead lap. Yeah, that was quite common back in the day. Now when you watch Indy 500, I mean, you'll see 20, 25 cars on the lead lap. But back in the day, if you just had a couple cars on the lead lap, that was kind of the norm.
So something interesting here. I think Lewis Hayes is sticking with Edson Santos so well because Edson is not going full throttle on the straightaways.
Oh,
now, he's running just fast enough that Julian will not catch him or has not been catching him, but I'm fairly certain he's conserving fuel.
And there's Lewis Hayes. You see hiding behind that wing there. He's that close. And we can show you the driver inputs going on here from Edson. 207, 208, 210, 211, 212, 212 down the speed trap there, down the backstretch. It'll be a lot faster coming down the front straight, going in the 1, 218, 219. .127 of 134. Will we see any final stops? Santos now 31 laps into the stint. He went 37 last time.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
7 to go. Looking for his second straight win here of the series.
Call him Mr. Iconic.
Mr.
Starting
Iconic.
the season off with a bang.
Of course, his teammate and his team won the inaugural driver and team championship in the series. So 6 to go. Julian Altena is second. His teammate, Liam O'Sullivan, is third. O'Sullivan almost getting the wall again. Craig Forsyth is fourth. Fordor Deschenko is fifth. That is your top 5. Those are all on the lead lap.
We're going to have a battle here for second here, Gary.
There it is. Sullivan on the high side and backs out of it a little bit.
Watch the run he's going to get, though. I think he backed out to not push. Yeah. Here it comes.
He's not going to get it on the high side in 3 and 4. What he's going to do is, he wanted to cut down, and he ran out of room. 4 to go. Battle for the second step of the podium between teammates. No team orders here.
2 rules they like to play by, but, sometimes they're optional.
Oh, I thought again he catches him and he wants to cut down and over under him. I think on the exit of 3 or 4 and get under the front straight. 3 to go.
That suspension damage is really hurting Altena's lap time. Is the exit of turn 4. Everywhere else he seems to be mostly unaffected.
We'll check in on Santos. There is Santos right here, coming to 2 to go.
It's going to be side-by-side photo finish for second place. I tell you what.
Santos in 3 and 4. Oh, watch him coming off of 4. White flag in the air. One more to go for Santos to do 2 in a row to start the season. You just see Julian in the battle with O'Sullivan in the back there, coming off of 4, 2 in a row. Santos starts the season, and Julian holds off. Liam at the line, and that's your podium.
I think if they weren't teammates, that might have ended differently, but O'Sullivan gave Altena plenty of room. Doing what the boss man likes. What a drive from Edson Santos. Without that one hiccup from Julian, I think he still would have been within striking distance. I think it would have been close either way.
All right. And we will get the final standings up here momentarily. Get all this stuff off here, and results are up. Santos with the win, second in a row for the series. Julian Altena, second in the race. Led a good chunk of it. Had a little wall contact that might have played a role. Liam O'Sullivan finishes third. Forsyth fourth. Doshenko fifth. All those on the lead lap. Say Hey Lewis Hayes is the first car 1 lap down. Finishes sixth. Dan Inch seventh. Ethan Reed eighth. And his debut in the series. Bill Colley ninth. Don Scoy 10th. And unfortunately, what happened to Don Scoy took out Stedman. Relegated Stedman to 11th. And Bonnie in 12th. And I am remiss that we have not really talked about our benefactor sponsor here. The VOR Iconic Series brought to you by IFS Personal Financial Planning. IFS Personal Financial Planning specializes in helping their clients make the most out of their savings with holistic financial planning that is tailored to their needs over the course of their lifetimes. On average, they've been working with their clients for over 20 years, helping them navigate the complexities of investments and uncertainties of markets and the ever-changing legislative landscape. To learn more, contact Alexander Bonney at alex@ifspfp. So that's ifspfp.com. Again, that's alex@ifspfp.com. And let's go ahead and bring up Liam here into the booth. Hey, Liam, got you here in the booth with Gary and Clindy. Not quite enough oomph there at the end to get by the boss man, but still the bottom step of the podium, but so close to that second step.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take really any risks at the end there. I was just trying. I'd saved a bit more tyres. I think Julian had a bit of damage from hitting the wall earlier, so I was slowly gaining back in on him. But it's the weird way the DW12 works, where you get dirty air if you're about a second back, but then you don't get a proper light draft till you're within 7/10. So you get stuck at that kind of bubble.
Yeah.
Where you just can't do anything. So even though it's damaged, I'm just can't do anything to gain on him till the end. So then I had to try to save my tyres, and yeah, again, teammate. So I didn't want to race him overly hard. I probably could have tried a few more things, but I didn't want to risk anything. The outside of 1 and 2 just wasn't working at all. It just wasn't there. Unless I really squeezed him down, I could probably get the grip to do it. But again, it's not worth the risk at that point.
Go ahead, Clindy.
I'm just wondering, if he wasn't your teammate, what would you have done differently?
I'm always very clear that whoever it is, I'm going to race them. Obviously, if it's a teammate, you give them a little bit more room. Like that's just common courtesy than anyone else, because you don't want to wreck a teammate. I think I raced. To be honest, my tyres were right on the edge. I couldn't have done anything more there. But yeah, if it was Edson, I probably would have pinched him a little bit more into 1 and 2. Whether I would have got the position, I don't know. But again, Edson's just. I mean, he outdid us on fuel last week. He was just playing fast this week. His consistency over the stint is, yeah, amazing. But I was compromised a bit earlier on in the first or second stint. I had I think Theodore was just constantly attacking me, and yeah, so I'll take P3 because I'm happy enough with that. Could have got second, but I don't think I had anything for Edson today.
Well, I mean,
well put and well deserved.
Yeah, and to say things, to say the least, that you've started off this season pretty good, 2 straight podiums, and actually kind of moving now to a strength of yours. We've introduced road courses this season to the series. Moving off to Road America, we know that you are pretty decent on the road courses. Have you got a chance to test this car on the road course? How does it feel, and what do you think your chances are next week, or actually 2 weeks now, when we go to Road America? Let's see, we'll be on the July 5th.
6th. Oh no, 5th. Sorry.
5th, yeah.
5th the DW12. Yeah. I mean, I haven't driven the DW12 in about 2 years on a road course, to be honest. So, I think probably Delara Dash Laguna Seca or something. It'll be something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be strong. It's just, I mean, I'm looking to win it. But yeah, again, the thing is, I've had a good start, but the issue is the 2 guys who have beaten me again are the 2 guys who beat me in Homestead. So I've got to get a load of points back on them. Edson's had 2 wins, Julie's had 2 seconds. So they're pulling away from me, even though I've had an amazing start. So there's a lot of work to do. Again, I think Homestead was a lot more. Texas, I was struggling a lot more there. But Road America is going to be strong for me. Hopefully bounce with a win and then really start a championship challenge. And it's, again, good building momentum into the Texas iRacing race tomorrow.
All right, shout outs. Anybody you want to say hi to? Friends, family, sponsors, teammates?
Yeah, I want to thank both my grandparents for watching. I know they always watch, their keen viewers of this. Last week, they claimed that this is better than Formula One. Thank you to all the team sponsors, 4D Racewear, IFS Personal Financial Planning, who are the main sponsor for this series, and then Alzheimer's Association for everything they're doing. Mum, Dad, hello, watching. And yeah, looking forward to Texas tomorrow. It's going to be a good race, long one, and I think we're going to be seeing some tyre wear issues, but again, hopefully more the same, but 2 spots higher. Also, I need to bring Mark and Jesper down a few pegs after the
This is their track. It's going to be really tough tomorrow, but that's going to be tomorrow right here on VOR, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Action is going to be...
Who said it had their name on it?
Jesper, I believe, called a shot. He says he said before the Homestead race, he said they better not allow me to win at Homestead because he knows Texas is his track. So I am going to be like most people. I won't be able to catch the action. I'll be broadcasting the ISS at the same time, but I'll catch it afterwards. And I expect that to be a big battle between you and Julian and the 2 IAR guys. But good luck tomorrow. But a P3 here again today to start the season. season, 2 consecutive bottom step podium finishes, and we're moving off to got a week off and then off to Road America, where we know you'll be good there as well. Congratulations, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep, thanks guys as well.
Always good to have the grandparents and parents watching. Hey, grandparents, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, thanks for joining us. Let's bring up Julian. Julian, got you here in the booth. P2, another P2 to start the season off. Probably not exactly where you wanted to finish. Talk about your race.
Yeah, I did everything right until I had Bill in front of me, and I thought he moved up, but he didn't. It was just bad judgment on my part, and I hit the wall, so that was it. So yeah, it was about 2 or 3 tenths off the pace after that, so nothing you can really do. I told Liam to just lock up the podium, and he wanted to race me, and I still came out on top, so pretty happy about that. Just a bit annoyed with the race overall, because it could have been a pretty easy win. If I'm not gonna lie, like I had everything under control, even the pit cycles. Even though I didn't quite nail the pit cycles, I still had enough of a margin to pull it off. Because over a long run, I was quicker than him, and you could see that when I was pulling away a tenth or two a lap as well at some point. So yeah, really annoyed about losing out, but still P2 is not bad, so I'll take it.
Go ahead, Glendy.
Yeah, so I think a big reason why you were faster on the long runs is because you were lifting more for 1 and 2 than the rest of the field. You were saving more tire and getting better economy. I did a little quick math in the booth and saw that it was going to be a bit of an economy run to finish the race out after that lap 20 yellow. How much did you intentionally save, if at all?
I was saving fuel for maybe 1 lap to try and go a lap longer, but it wasn't necessarily because I was in trouble with the mileage or anything. Like I was way inside the window. It wasn't even close if I could make it on 2 more stops or not. So I was pretty comfortable there. From the start, it would have been a fuel safe race, but the yellow really helped us out and made it. Well, at that point, 2 more stops. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty well inside the window. Nothing to really worry about. I was just trying to save my tires. That's all I was doing.
Well, you did a great job until the suspension got bent. How much damage was there when you pulled in? Was it like how many seconds worth?
It wasn't repairable, so probably enough
No.
to knock the toe out of something. So yeah, it was drivable. It wasn't ideal. Like it was a bit looser. The setup was already a bit loose to try and promote some more passing. So it was a bit hard to hold on to it at times. Like I got really loose in front of Liam once or twice as well. And then also trying to stay in front of Edson there before the last stop. So it was a bit harder to drive, but it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was about 2 tenths off the pace, but it could have been much slower for the damage that I had. So I'm pretty thankful for that. But it still does suck though, because I was definitely one of the fastest guys out there today. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
Well, congrats with second place. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to get in touch with?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my girlfriend. She isn't here this weekend because she knows I have lots of stuff to do with you, Gary, also. So she didn't want to sit in the middle of that, so I appreciate it in a way. Bit sad though she's not here because I think the rabbits do miss her also. Want to say thanks to all the sponsors as well, with IFS Personal Financial Planning, of course, for the racewear, and of course the Alzheimer's Association as well. Check it out at alz.org for more information, and also the option to donate there for research on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia. I'm sure you guys have mentioned it at some point. If not, it's been mentioned plenty of times in last week's broadcast. So just go to alz.org to check it out. And I want to thank everybody for showing up today. A bit sad we only got 12 cars. We were supposed to have 14 or 15, but a few had to miss out due to sickness or power outages. So yeah, hopefully they can join us again for the next race in 2 weeks at Road America. But yeah, it was a good race. Like I said, thanks to you guys as well for broadcasting. And like I said, everybody who came out, it's much appreciated.
All right, congratulations. And we will catch you next at Road America.
Yeah, Cal is going to check me out tomorrow.
I'll be there.
For Texas, yeah.
Yeah, we were already talking with Liam about how Texas might be a bit of a shootout between the VOR guy or the Altena Autosport guys and the IAR guys. So I will be able to watch that live, but I will definitely want to check that out. So best of luck to everybody tomorrow. That sounds like it could be pretty exciting. But congratulations on P2 today, and we'll see you. I know I'm going to see you well before then, but everyone will hear at least on the DW12 that follow the DW12 series. We will see you in 2 weeks at Road America.
Absolutely, and don't forget to put on the broadcast for us on your second screen, like you did with the IES races. Or what race was it? The Open Series? The
Yeah,
Open 500?
I can have a second screen open and give updates if I can. Yeah.
All right, man. See ya.
Later. All right, let's bring up Edson Santos. Edson Santos here. Edson in the booth with Gary and Clindy. 2 for 2 to start the season. That is an awesome way to launch off this season campaign. Talk about your race. You were just really so much faster than everyone else once again.
Oh, hello, friends. Hello there.
Hello.
Happy again. I didn't expect to win again, mainly because I didn't train at all. Any practice, nothing. The quali, I couldn't beat Julian. And the start, I did very badly in the last 2 or 3 positions. I don't know. So at the beginning, it seemed like it would be economy, a saving fuel race.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed close behind some guys, and the yellow came out and changing everything again. Fuel economy was not longer necessary, and I tried to gain positions at the restart. I was even in second, but I don't know. There was a moment that it seemed my car I had a tone more tire weird. So I don't know, something like that. And in this moment, Julian could increase the advantage around 2 seconds nearly. So in this moment, the only alternative I thought would be to stop earlier. The same strategy the last week, to put less fuel again, like the last week, and drive lighter, to try to get close. Since I had less fuel, it was not an option to pitch early. I had to pitch early, and I could, and in the last pit, to get the P1 and try to make a fast track, and so overtake the lapid cars. And in the end, the car was a little, how can I say, with oversteering.
Okay.
But I could manage, and so I think Julian in some moment must be hit the wall, because he was not catching me. I was sure that the end of the race would be a rush with him.
Go ahead, Clindy.
Yeah, there were several moments where we saw you sideways or clipping the apron. Do you think that was just the setup, or the tires giving out over the life of the cycle, or drivers just getting dirty air on the nose? I particularly recall seeing you sideways through turns 1 and 2 for almost a whole corner on one of the laps. What goes through your mind there, and what do you think causes it?
Naturally, both. Because and the turn 1 and turn 2, I was with difficult to manage the trail when I was facing dirty air. And in the turn 3 and turn 4, I don't know why. Maybe with my driving style, the car was with oversteering, and I hit the lines 2 or 3 times. So it was a challenge, but a good challenge. I like this track. And actually, I like more the legacy, but the track is
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
too.
I like the legacy. Well, a great way to start off the season. Now, we know how well you run on ovals. You've gone 2 for 2. I think every win I've seen you get has been on an oval. In 2 weeks, we go to a road course. How are you on the road course in these cars?
I have no idea. Oh my gosh! Actually, I love ovals, and so I already tried road courses sometimes, but I need to practice my ability with this car and road. Actually, every car. I need to improve a lot. I'm not a good driver in road course, but maybe again I can try something in order to keep this position and the championship table.
Well, it is Road America, and so most IndyCar drivers, if there's one road course that most IndyCar drivers have a lot of laps at, it's probably Road America. So I think you'll be able to do Road America pretty well. But congratulations. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, any teammates, anything you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, warm hug for all my teammates here in Brazil from Linear Energy Racing. And so a special kiss for my son, completed 1 year yesterday, a baby.
All right.
1 year.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Thank you very much. So it's my baby. So you're glad, and it's a pretty special moment in my life.
Oh, I understand that. I remember mine when she turned 1 a long time ago. Anyways, congratulations. We'll catch you in 2 weeks at Road America. Get your practice in. I think you'll do well.
Yeah,
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yeah, my daughter's getting ready to turn 21, so
Just 20 more.
just 20. Yeah, it's 20 more from there. Yeah. Well, real quick, your final thoughts on the day, and then we get a little bit of a break, and then we're off to Road America for the first road course race in series history.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize to you and everyone at home listening for fumbling the bag on fuel mileage. I thought they were getting way worse fuel mileage than they actually were today because I only ran laps by myself. And when you do that, there's nothing on the track to stop you from going flat out. The fuel economy is 25% better when you're going slower. So that was my bad there. But glad we got to see some good side-by-side racing and some good 2 to 3 car packs, even 4 car packs at times, even with a small field. I am not too fond of this Texas configuration, but sometimes it does put on a good race, and I'm glad that it delivered enough of a good race today.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd like to see slightly bigger fields for everybody, but you can't help for people having real lives on Fridays sometimes, and then it is the summertime in the USA with pop-ups, thunderstorms that impacts power outages and whatnot. So, yeah, it just happens. But still, you when you put cars on the track, you still have to have a winner. And Edson Santos, for the second straight week, manages to pull that out and does a great start to his campaign here. And maybe this good start is enough to offset where he doesn't think he's going to do so well on the road courses. Maybe these strong performances on the ovals will be able to counteract those. We'll see. I do know that Julian and Liam are good on both. So I think that's going to what makes this series and this season going to be pretty exciting, is that you kind of never know what's going to happen. So I think we're off to a good start, and I think Edson can't be off to any better start by going 2 for 2. I think that's going to be doing it here for us today. I don't think anything else we have to talk about. We're just going to send everybody on their way for the remainder of their Friday. Once again, your podium from Texas, Edson Santos goes 2 for 2. Actually, we have the exact same finish from our first race at Homestead, though. Santos, Altena, Sullivan at Homestead, and then Santos, Altena, and O'Sullivan here at Texas. Join Clindy and myself again July 5th for round 3 of season 3 of the VOR Iconic Series. It's the teams and drivers head to Road America for the first ever road course race in series history. Coverage will start approximately at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, that's 3:00 p.m. Eastern time, as always. The correct time in your area. You can find everything right here on the Velocity Online Racing YouTube channel at youtube.com/Velocity Online Racing for the correct times and broadcast times in your area. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support VOR with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of today's race. And if you enjoyed today's coverage, support VOR by smashing like in the video. If you're new, you click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so I'll miss out on more of Velocity Online Racing's other iRacing programming, including their IR05 Champ Car Series and their IR18 IndyCar Series. Series. The VOR Iconic Series brought to you by IFS Personal Financial Planning. IFS Personal Financial Planning specializes in helping their clients make the most out of their savings with holistic financial planning that is tailored to their specific needs over the course of their lifetimes. On average, they've been working with their clients for over 20 years, helping them navigate the complexities of investments, the uncertainties of markets, and the ever-changing legislative landscape. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with the Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. The links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about Velocity On Racing, visit velocityonlineracing.com, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. So for Clindy, everyone at Velocity Online Racing, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all, happy Friday. Thanks for watching. And to all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here, July 5th, America's Independence Weekend at Road America for the next race of the Velocity Online Racing Iconic Series. See ya.